evening. If you are on the East Coast, happy evening or happy night. What time is it right now? 5? Yeah, nighttime definitely. So hey guys, this Pooja. Hello my love. How are you? Thank you for the hearts. So you guys, I was thinking this morning, I was like, you know what? Dating tips. What are some selfish dating tips in this confusing, very technological age of 2017 dating? It is confusing, it can be random, and hey, yes, yeah, I feel lighter today. I will say that. I feel lighter today. Yesterday, you guys, I felt like so heavy. I don't know if anybody else felt like that, but it was just like, ugh. So yeah, so I got up with a fresh idea. I was like, selfish dating tips in 2017, you guys. So I'm gonna wait for like maybe a 20 more seconds. Like, wait, hey Randy, yeah, that absolutely. Hey Randy, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing? Yeah, so needed. And also, Chakra Wanda scope last night. Chakra Wanda, I was just talking about you. Your scope last night was so relaxing. Oh my gosh, like the pain in my neck literally went. Psh. Hello, my love. That xylophone was so healing, you guys. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Yeah, that was on point. So guys, selfish dating tips in 2017. Yeah, I do too. I want to save that scope for sure. So if this is your first time, I see some new people in here. If this is your first time in my scope, my name is Nadia Hewitt. I am your selfish coach. And by selfish, I mean self-focused. I empower you to live the life you want. And you can also, you guys, check out my profile. Thank you for inviting followers, Pooja. You guys check out my profile. I also do selfish coaching. I'll get on a little bit later tonight and talk more about what that is. And if you also click in my in the title of this, you can join my Facebook community and private Facebook group. So guys, selfish dating tips in 2017. You know, yeah, your talks about dating expands. It's for everybody. It's for everybody because we are all currently in some way, shape, or form living this, even if we're not with someone right now. Because, you know, it's 2017, it affects how you interact with your environment and how that affects your dating. So you guys, oh my gosh, it's challenging in every age group, Chakrwanda. Thank you for saying that too. Because I think when I was younger, I thought, oh, when I get to, I don't know, 25, when I was like younger, when I thought like when I was 25, when I get to 30, it'll all change and all this stuff. And I mean, you changed most definitely, but the dating, the same trials, the same tribulations, they still exist. So like you said, Chakrawan, this is definitely for everybody. So you guys, for the purpose of this scope, I'm going to use the example of friends with benefits because that is always, if anything changes, it's your patience. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, Kyla, that is so true. It changes your patience. So for the purpose of this scope, you guys, I'm going to use for the example friends with benefits because friends with benefits, especially for, in my experience dating, also with friends of mine, that's always the one that comes up. That's the gray area, what is, what isn't, all that stuff. So number one, you guys, number one selfish tips, do not follow titles, follow how you feel. So like I said, friends with benefits. If you are, let's say, friends with benefits with someone and you're thinking to yourself, well, I like when we do this, but I don't like when we do that. I like when we communicate this way. I don't like when we communicate this way. I like when you've been there, done that. Okay, absolutely. Same here. And this is why my number one tip I started out is follow how you feel rather than following the title. Yeah. It's confusing, and also friends with benefits kind of comes with this weird, like, unspoken rule of we're both supposed to act like this is cool and nonchalant and go along with it, even if one person or both people don't like what's going on. Like, there's some hesitancy on, like, calling that out. And you guys, the title says it all. This is my takeaway. It says friends that you are both supposed to mutually benefit from. If you are both or you not mutually benefiting from the arrangement, it needs to be fixed. It needs to be changed. So you can't do it, it F's you up. It actually, you know, Pooja, I feel that so hard with the so-called open. Exactly. And so here's what I will also say, you guys. I have seen it both ways. In my own personal dating experience, I have decided to do friends with benefits and kind of did exactly the opposite of this tip that I'm giving you guys, and pretended like everything was cool and I was like super hip and like all this, like, now I'm super nonchalant, and in reality I did not really feel that way. I was just trying to save face. So I my recommendation and what I have begun doing for myself is, I speak up. If I don't like what's going down, then that's not it. We have to be truthful about. Absolutely, you have to be especially truthful about what you want. Especially truthful. There is absolutely nothing wrong with acknowledging how you feel, and just saying, hey, this is it, this is authentic, this is real, and this is how it is, which, you guys, leads me to my number 2 selfish tip. Ask for clarity. Ask for clarity. If you are more concerned about stressing about what you and another person, your significant other, however you want to call it, if you're more stressed out about the title or what that means, or stressing about what I'll call the administrative. Absolutely. You want nurturing and loving beyond. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why clarity is so important. That's why clarity is so important, because if you're not feeding that and not acknowledging that in yourself, then that means that you're starving yourself of that. And your body, your mind, your soul, all of that is craving that and wanting that for a reason. So it doesn't make any sense to be in a partnership with someone, however that looks to you, and not receive the things that you need. If you're going to be hanging out with somebody and you're more stressed about the admin of like what it looks like rather than enjoying the person, I think that's definitely something you want to check back in with yourself and say, what do I want here? And am I voicing that? And you guys, it is for you. There should be no shame that you hold for voicing what you need. And then that brings me to my last point, you guys, and that is know your boundaries. Know your boundaries. I will always bring. Absolutely. We kid ourselves. Absolutely. And you guys, I want to say something too. The idea of friends with benefits, or the idea of what relationships look like, are only supposed to look like how it needs to look to you. This idea that it needs to look a certain way, or what looking a certain way measures up to, is actually TV and movies, right? Because in TV and movies is where we actually get to sit down and watch someone else's, romanticized or fantasized relationship kind of play out. So however it looks, on script, is not necessarily how it translates in real life. And if you are feeling that it's not translating the way you thought it should look, how is the way you feel it should look? What do you need? That's the question you want to ask yourself. I think when I was definitely... So there is no benefits unless you live off of surface physical release. You're saying if it's just based on like sex, Jacaranda? Yeah, or unless... Exactly. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Exactly. If you're not getting what you genuinely need and what you nurture and what you need to be fed, and not getting what you actually need, it's not. But I just don't see how it can be beneficial. So, but the last point, you guys, is to know your boundaries. I will stress this forever and ever and ever as long as you watch my scopes, because your boundaries are exactly what you need to protect yourself. TV and movie relationships are not what you should look for in an actual relationship. No. I honestly, I haven't heard this much lately, but when I was younger, I would hear things like, then you take in more of their spirit. Exactly. And I would hear things like, oh, but such and such, this character on such and this show. And it's okay. I guess it's fun, like, to reference that, if you see certain parallels, like, within your own life. But for the most part, yeah. And modeling anything off of TV, movies, and not what's actually happening around you, I think is not a good look. But yes, you guys, boundaries. Super, super, super important. You guys, my marketing coach, Aditi, she is actually on Periscope as well if you're not following her. She talks about when, when I bring to her, like, my brand, Selfish Revolution, and I say, she'll ask me questions like, okay, what, Nadia, your core message. And what she's basically asking me is, what are you about? What do you want to reflect into project into the world. You know, what is your message that you give out? Each and every one of us have one, whether you get on live streaming or not. So about you guys, boundaries are there to protect your core message, you know, and your core message will evolve, it will change, but boundaries are there to allow you to do that, and to allow the person that you are in a relationship with or thinking of being in a relationship with, allowing them the same space to do that. Because no matter what partnership you get into, you will always have your core message. It will always start and end with you. So therefore you have to be clear on what it is that you want and comfortable with what it is that you want first and foremost before you request it of anybody else. Okay, guys? So boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. It takes practice to institute boundaries. It does feel uncomfortable sometimes, especially if it's something that you're uncomfortable requesting at first. But I guarantee you, practice, practice, practice with your boundaries, because in order for you to request what it is that you want from someone else, you have to request it first for yourself. So guys, those are my selfish dating tips of 2017. I know 2017 dating, I don't know, it's very interesting. So whenever I have these insights, I definitely want to share them with you guys. And you know, dating is one of these things, you guys, I would say it gets easier as you go along, but I want to say the more and more you use yourself as your North Star with dating, and constantly check in with yourself as to what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and just being authentically honest about that, dating will get easier, because the people that you will start attracting and the people that will start, you know, becoming attracted to you will be people that have no problem giving to you what it is that you need and require and deserve, always deserve. So guys, does anybody have any questions before I get off and then get back on? I'm going to talk in my next scope about what selfish sessions look like with me, and you know, just what it is that, you know, how I do a selfish session and how beneficial, and what do you get out of a selfish session with me, you know? So we're going to talk more about that. But love you guys. Thank you for the support. If you guys have any questions, let me know, or bring them to the next scope that I'm going to be doing. I hope this was super beneficial for you guys. And I will talk to you in about an hour or so. Bye, guys.